Namaskar. Welcome to Hamska Academy. Today we are going to discuss about irrigation, agriculture and irrigation. How was it taken care by the Cholas? That we'll discuss in this series of lectures about Chola Empire case study. Now we'll discuss about agriculture and irrigation. So today we are going to discuss about agriculture and irrigation during the Chola period. Let us see. Many of the achievements of the Cholas were made possible through developments in agriculture. So the major thing what the Cholas have done was possible because they focused and developed in agricultural sector. You can see on the screen the river Kaveri and its branches of several channels before emptying into the Bay of Bengal or before reaching into the Bay of Bengal, it has divided itself into many branches and small channels before it reaches to the final destination. So it is able to supply water to many regions which can be used for agriculture also. Let us see that these channels overflow frequently. When a river water is overflowing frequently, the water will spill over and spread to the nearby lands or the banks where the river is flowing. So on the both the sides, you can get the deposition of fertile soil, which makes the land very much fertile for doing agriculture. That is one added advantage because of the overflow of water in Kaveri channels. Water from the channels also provides the necessary moisture for agriculture, particularly for the cultivation of a crop, rice. So when it is spilling over and when it is flying in the air or mixing with the water vapor in the air, it is forming the moisture which is useful for cultivation of the rice crop. This is one more advantage what they had that time. Agriculture has developed earlier in other parts of Tamil Nadu. So agriculture was a basic occupation. We all know it is there from the ancient period. It was from the 5th or 6th century, this area was opened up for large scale cultivation. Now we are talking about the region of Tamil Nadu, where the agriculture has been done on a larger scale from 5th or 6th century in our country. Forest had been cleared in small or some regions so that the land can be leveled. In other areas, in the delta regions, embankments had to be built to prevent the flooding and canals, water to the fields, and in many areas, the two crops were grown. In order to get more land under cultivation, the first step what they did was clearing the forest of some region, not completely, for some region. Second step, they have leveled the land where they are uneven lands. They have leveled them. Then in the delta regions, they have built the embankments. They raise the banks because it is causing flooding. And these canals have to be constructed to prevent the flooding of the water and also to carry the water to the fields. They are using it in both the ways. They are preventing the floods and they are diverting the water by construction of canals so that they can carry the water into the fields and supply it for agriculture. So in many areas in Tamil Nadu, two crops were grown in a year, which means it is a fertile region. So the agriculture and irrigation has been possible to a very good extent during the Chola period. They made it their own efforts by diverting the water channels of Kaveri wherever there is a possibility of flood. There they have built the embankments and made a small channel to divert the flow of the water, and that flow of the water is connected to the fields. So now the soil has become fertile because of the deposits of Kaveri river. Then water has been supplied to many regions. So it is made possible to do agriculture. Agriculture is developed from 5th century or 6th century in Tamil Nadu, and some areas of forests, some uneven lands are leveled, and the flood prone areas are identified, and small channels of water or canals of water are being dug so that you can divert the flood flow and you can use it for agriculture. So this made possible to have two crops in a year in Tamil Nadu. That's all we have in today's lecture. Thank you very much for watching. So the agriculture and irrigation, we need to remind that irrigation works require planning, organizing the labor, resources, maintaining of the works, and deciding on how water has to be shared. So there are variety of methods which are used for irrigation. In some areas, the wells were dug. In some areas, huge tanks were constructed to collect the rainwater, and they did all these things through planning. They made the labor available. They kept the resources ready, and they started the works on time and decided how the water to be shared. Apart from doing the small tunnels or canals or channels where the water, flood water can be changed, diverted, in the same way they have dug wells, they have constructed huge tanks where the water, rainwater can be collected and kept, and also maintained ready-made plants for doing all these activities. So most of the new rulers as well as the people living in the villages took an active participation in these activities. That is the reason why agriculture and irrigation has been very, very successful during the time of the Cholas. Thank you.